Merry Friday!
Oh yeah, I'm so happy it's Friday again. Here's Alex Crypto with its...
And weekly analytics report from Catherine and Andre. List of news for today.
We'll speak a little bit about Bitcoin and Ripple.
Finally, we are talking about investments in food, which food I'll tell you later.
Okay, unexpected, and some survey by Hot Suit. It's not the big news though.
Big news are the revenues of some very famous luxury company.
Okay, and some news about Ford.
Yeah, and we can't but skip the overview of Brexit situation, as well as some very hot news from the crypto world.
Yep.
So let's go.
So I don't know, I'll give a quick report on Bitcoin. So there's a new emerging ascending trend, and it has bounced above 4,000 several times. So it just reached this point and then couldn't hold it. But actually, yeah, analytics are very positive. They said as it will push it to 4,200 per Bitcoin. Ooh. Yeah, good news. And they say it's supported by the news that IBM is, as you may remember, we have mentioned that, right? Ether follows the Bitcoin trend. So yeah, if Bitcoin does it, if makes it, then Ethereum will follow. And Ripple actually has worse news. They have a bearish trend. Well, worse for those who hold Ripple, but not for those who trade Ripple. And it will probably fall down to 29 cents per Ripple.
The hot news of the past week was Forex, which is just one cryptocurrency in 100 of others, which we usually don't pay any attention. No. So it demonstrated a sudden growth of 258% on Tuesday or on Wednesday or on Monday.
In a day?
Yeah. Oh. So it was just a momentum.
And then it fell back down.
Yeah, but not that fast, you know. So the coin, the reason for the growth was that the developers of it announced that it was granted a permission from regulatory body of United States for usage as a mean of international transactions. Last month envisaged just a number of very sudden and very unpredictable growth, like the cryptocurrency ELIT experienced a growth of 2,040%. Although the price was just around several cents, you know, it grew from just 1 billion parts of cent. The growth was immediate, and then gradually stepped down once, and that's down back to
the original point.
Yeah, back to the initial price. Crypto.com chain grew 380%. Grosstal coin grew 206% just in a couple of hours. So that all means, you know, you always have to watch the market, because any news may bring you a really excessive profits.
This Hootsuite, probably platform for managing social networks, they made a survey or research, whatever, to see how deeply cryptocurrencies are integrated in our everyday lives in different countries. And the top of the rating is the Republic of South Africa, predictably, with 10%. So 10% of its population actually has a wallet and uses it sometimes. And Thailand with 9.9% and Indonesia with 9.5%. But the average for countries is like in Japan, 4%. And it's like strange for me that Japan was the pioneer for regulating and legalizing cryptocurrencies, and they still haven't got it to their people.
Traditional option for commodities investment this week is a little bit unusual, and I'm talking about wheat.
No, oil.
No.
Weed?
Weed. So never thought I should pronounce it wheat.
Like
wheat. But the last sound was D.
Grains.
Precisely, grains. The point is that grains were among first and foremost losers this year, since they had experienced a huge drop from the summer 2018. Yeah, so the price in August, just in August, was 480, while it fell to 430 in March. In the beginning of March, and it experienced just a very rapid and a very sharp turn just recently, and now it is at 470. So investors say that grains may have a rough finish to the first quarter with all prices in the green, while actually they have always been in red before, so they're going down. Although it is most about soft red winter wheat, which is the most liquid wheat futures traded in the United States, particularly in Chicago. This means that the overall growth and overall demand for wheat and for this grains and so on and so forth may somehow raise the prices up. So just never lose the chance.
We have Tiffany today. And actually, they gave reports that their net profit this quarter jumped by 230% to $204.5 million. Wow. And one of the reasons was that they were particularly popular in Japan. And this reports actually made their rate jump by 3%. Wonderful, but it hasn't been that wonderful recently, and during 2018 they were struggling as much as such large and popular company can struggle, and they were looking for new markets, and they were looking to China and saying, well, maybe because the demand in Europe fell, and they were like, who to sell our diamonds to? China. But and they were popular in China, but then all those negotiations between the USA and China and general slowdown of growth in China, and they turned back to their home country, and they did good. See the results it gave. So actually we do expect them to keep growing by at least 6% to $109 per stock. Just short news that Ford is
short news.
Ford is leaving Russia. They actually announced that they were going to close down most of the factories and leave only one that has Ford Explorer and Ford Kuga, and this is a part of their domestication strategy, and this is quite cheered by analytics, and they actually think that their stocks will grow, but it's a bad news for Russia. That's it.
Yeah, and it's not only Russia that suffers. Just to remind that they fired about 5,000 in Germany and a number of thousand in France and Brazil.
Wait. São Bernardo do Campo.
There's a struggle, the workers are on the revolt, and they don't want the factory at which they work to close. Whatever happens in Russia, whatever happens in Germany, I'm very curious to see. Last Wednesday saw the so-called indicative votes in the lower chamber of parliament, in the chamber of commons. So it wasn't just, obligatory it wasn't legal binding. It was just a discussion, but the point is that it was a sign of real moves in British Parliament, and the point is that they first of all they agreed that a decision on Brexit has to be made now, which means today they're already disputing, and there's going to be a real dispute, and that they don't want Mrs. Theresa May's plan of exit. So they've discussed lately on 8 other plans, and they declined them all. So the point is that Britain is really at the edge of 2 options which seemed impossible just a couple of months ago. They will either be kicked off the European Union. The European Union actually doesn't want to wait them for eternity, and is saying that if no decision will be made till the 12th of April, so the Britain just be kicked off. Full plan will not be applied, or just the sharp turn backwards, so that they should have another vote, another people's vote. So just the story continues.
Okay. May the Prophet be with you.
May the Prophet be with us.
Yeah. Goodbye. Yeah.
Bye.
General demand for weed. Oh, it's high. Okay.